good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the In Conversation series of nasscom. Today, we are going to talk about a very interesting topic on GCCs, which are Global Capability Centers, and the impact they drive. And throwing light and sharing some very keen insights on this is Mr. Ankur Aggarwal, Managing Director and Lead Sales and GCC Business for Accenture in India. Ankur is Managing Director who leads strategic relationships and the growth agenda of Accenture's business in India across priority industries. He also leads Accenture's Global Capability Center business in India and is focused on helping clients in the transformation journey of their GCCs. He leads strategic relationships for clients in India and is their trusted advisor, helping them embrace total enterprise reinvention to set a new performance frontier. In his current role, he is focused on helping businesses drive tangible value through technology and digital transformation as they cater to the new digital customer. Ankur has more than 23 years of experience in leading large-scale transformation initiatives for clients spanning 14 countries across industries, specifically automotive, industrial equipment, consumer goods, life sciences, and steel. So thanks a lot, Ankur, for joining this conversation.
Thank you so much, Vandhna, for having me here.
Thanks a lot. Yeah. So this is a very interesting topic on which, we want to pick your brains on. So, whether GCCs are actually driving impactful innovation for their parent headquarters and global organizations. So giving a brief background on the topic before we, come straight to the questions. So in June 2023, nasscom released a report titled GCC 4.0, India Redefining the Globalization Footprint. And it actually gave a very detailed landscape of GCCs in India and how the growth has been for them. So we have witnessed a massive growth of GCCs across India and other countries as well. So we see now that GCCs are at an inflection point today, and they are transitioning to transformation hubs because, they are building niche competencies and they are sandbox for global leadership. They're able to monetize services as well. So they are expanding into newer work horizons and they are getting bigger chunk of work across the value chain as well. So we have seen that they are driving innovation. This is what we have witnessed. So I wanted to delve deeper into this topic. And, my first question to you is that if you can share some examples, where we have seen GCCs showcase the transformative innovations that they are driving for their global counterparts.
No, absolutely, Vandhana. I mean, as you mentioned, right, the GCCs have had a significant evolution and have become strategic twins of their parent organizations now. Innovation is crucial for organizations overall to survive, right, and grow in today's world. Certainly, there are many global conglomerates that have transformative innovations and driven significant business impact globally through their GCCs in India.
Yeah.
But overall, we are in volatile times, right? And we as Accenture, we have a global disruption index, a measure that covers economic, social, geopolitical, climatic changes and disruption. And it has indicated that there is more than 200% increase in disruption that has happened over the past 5 years, right? This means that the world is changing absolutely at an unprecedented rate. Now, the companies that don't adapt will be left behind, and hence innovation becomes key. Now, most large enterprises are transforming more and faster than ever before, but there is an advanced group who we really call as reinventors. They are embracing total enterprise reinvention, which is a deliberate strategy focused on innovation and a strong digital core, which is helping them realize incremental revenue growth, higher cost reduction, and also overall balance sheet improvements, right? So it is a deliberate strategy to really establish new performance frontiers. And I'll give you some examples of how organizations are doing it. But it's about establishing and changing the benchmarks of the industry and how overall the industry operates. So think of it as companies that have built capabilities for continuous transformation and innovation. And many of these capabilities are technology-led. Now, taking a few examples, right? An oil and gas majors GCC in India is focused on bringing data and AI-led transformation. right? So this player's global procurement analytics is actually being entirely reimagined, leveraging advanced AI, driving savings. The entire Gen AI is being leveraged for improving data quality and self-service, and really creating a go-to data platform for contracting, procurement, and supply chain. They are integrating source systems into a centralized analytics platform, providing an absolutely easy access for end users to do reporting and analytics, right? The overall aim is to improve efficiency, effort reduction, and cost savings, but overall drive business benefits for the organization. Another example is of a global mining and construction equipment major. The comparative advantage of such an organization is always coming in from their equipment uptime, right? Now, these equipments are such as excavators, off-highway trucks, but a lot of these equipments are now connected, right? So their GCC in India is driving significant innovation to help drive uptime of their connected products in the field through various initiatives that they're taking. The Chennai Center's autonomy and automation product group enables connected off-road equipment and provides remote controlled software for their machines. It's actually the electronic virtual proving ground for construction and mining machines in a single system integration ecosystem that comprises multiple product lines, models, 3D simulators, which allows engineers to quickly refine software ahead of real world tests. I'll probably give one more last example. It's of a consumer goods major, right? A really large organization with 400 plus brands, which are used by 3.5 billion people daily, right? Their GCC in India is helping them drive multiple global transformation innovations from here. They've, for example, driven their strong digital cores journey to cloud from India. Now, this is one of the largest and the most complex ones that has happened in the industry, right? And which will enable them to really accelerate their product launches, enhance customer service, and improve operational efficiency. Additionally, this move also aligns with their players' sustainability commitment, right? By helping the company to build on and progress in making their journey towards curbing carbon emissions. Another example of the same organization is their entire data and AI-led transformation, where we worked with them on their journey to an autonomous supply chain, right? Now, this global transformation program or the innovation that they're driving from here is leveraging AI ML-led demand forecasting, right? To get to a future fit scenario planning capabilities. Now, this innovation program was completely led out of India driven by the GCC, and is one of the fastest and largest global supply chain transformations done in the industry. I mean, there are many more examples, but just highlighted a few here for you, Vandhna.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks so much. That was, those you have shared great examples of the work that they're doing and how they're really transforming as well. So, what are some of the metrics that you are using to assess the effectiveness and the success of these GCCs? How are they driving innovations for their global enterprises? And of course, also, how do they demonstrate these measurable impact of the innovation? So, how does that happen?
No, that's a very good question, Vandana. I mean, as I was giving some of these examples, and I mean, there are many more as well. Now, the innovation is absolutely an enterprise agenda, right, for most corporates. So metrics or KPIs get driven by that. As Accenture as well, for our organization, we have our own innovation KPIs. We call them Value 360. It has key areas like financial metrics, experience-driven metrics, sustainability, talent and inclusion, and diversity to drive changes. So we have seen innovation metrics vary across organizations, across business verticals, but the key or the common ones are speed to market, the entire business impact, cost efficiency and ROI, collaboration and co-innovation. Now, GCCs also are aligning to be able to influence some of these key business metrics to track their own success, right? And the parent organizations are also tracking them on how they are influencing some of these business metrics.
Yeah.
Now, these metrics are very carefully designed to align an overarching strategic objective and ensure that the GCC's innovations are actually delivering some tangible value for the parent. Now, if you take an example of the first business metric that I mentioned, speed to market, right? Now, time to market is actually very crucial in this fast-paced world of technology and innovation.
Yeah.
Now, enterprises really evaluate how GCCs can turn an idea into a viable product, service, or solution that can be deployed or integrated into the client's overall operations, right? Now, this metric reflects the agility and the responsiveness really of the GCC. Now, let me give you an example, right, of a large global pharma company. Now, say typically a vaccine development timeline has been 5 to 6 years, right, in the history. But during the time of COVID, the vaccine was developed in a year. Now, this posed several technology-related challenges, such as ensuring that the scalability of the systems used to manage every element of the value chain, whether it is from clinical trials or procurement, supply chain management, or commercial operations, all of those are tested, correct? Now, the GCC here from India played a very important role in integrating dozens of additional supply chain partners, establishing electronic connectivity, the entire stress testing, modifying adverse events, or reporting systems to handle exponentially higher volumes, right? Or designing and implementing new technologies which enables their various processes. Now, the speed to market was very, very crucial across all of these. Now, let me really talk about the second business metric or KPI that I talked about, business impact, correct? Now, measuring the actual impact of GCC innovations on businesses is of paramount importance, right? Now, enterprises analyze GCC's key performance indicators that demonstrate the positive changes brought about by these innovations, such as revenue growth, cost savings, the entire process efficiency improvements, and customer satisfaction enhancements. Now, the example that I took of the global CPG player, right? Many of the programs that they drove from India in collaboration with the global partners. I mean, some additional ones were like their entire B2B marketplace that they had launched. Another very innovative program to defend against other marketplace platforms or increasing their access and conversion with retailers and creating new revenue streams. Now, their entire journey to a future fit procurement innovation that they drove from India, for example, resulted in about 25+% productivity improvement for them across their 92 countries in which they operate. Another example is of a UK-based large banking major, is a 200-year-old bank, right? And they have a GCC in India. Now, the GCC in India is driving enterprise cost takeouts, right? Driving simplification. They're digitizing through projects such as their entire finance data transformation or interbank lending through blockchain or cloud journey for their various application initiatives. Now, each of that is having a significant business impact. I mean, we've also worked with a global giant, software giant, right, on their entire cloud modernization and other strategic work which they're doing from their GCC. Another key aspect around, how do you measure impact of innovation is the aspect of collaboration and co-innovation. Now, enterprises evaluate to what extent GCCs are collaborating not only with the parent organization, but with partners and the entire ecosystem, including startups here in India, right? Now, co-innovation really fosters a broader pool of ideas and perspectives, right? Which leads to more comprehensive and effective solutions. Let me take an example of a large, again, global software giant with whom we had collaborated, I mean, on their entire cloud transformation journey for its customers. Many of those were actually our clients as well from their GCC here in India. Lastly, I think one more key metric is cost efficiency eventually, right? And return on investment. Now, it is essential to assess cost effectiveness of GCC-driven initiatives. Now, the enterprises measure return on investment for innovation projects to ensure that the resources invested yield meaningful and measurable results, right? Now, for example, the example that I had given for the oil and gas major, which is driving that entire innovation through data and analytics, that is to bring about cost efficiency and improving ROI.
Yes.
So those were some of the examples and metrics.
Great, great. Thank you so much. And, it really helped to understand exactly how this is all measured. So it was really, really interesting to hear that as well. Now, to drive all this, it requires the buy-in from the leadership as well. So, what, according to you, do you think is the role of GCC leadership? How are they playing, in driving a meaningful impact on a global scale?
Absolutely. I think as GCCs, Vandana, have evolved and, have matured from that 1.0, 2.0, 4.0 and all of that journey, one significant change that has happened is that global leadership roles of parent organizations are moving into India in these GCCs, right?
Yes.
And GCCs are anchoring technology-led global transformation programs.
Yes.
There are so many CXO and CXO -1 roles that are based out of India, out of the GCCs.
Yes.
Now, we have increasingly seen that innovations are driven by leaders and they bring about cultural changes to the organization, right?
Yes.
Now, we've seen GCC leaders really imbibing that and driving innovation at global scale from the GCCs here in India. The leaders are now helping set up a compelling vision that outlines the organizations, whether it is the entire purpose, values, or the long-term goals, and empower their teams by fostering a culture of trust, open communication, and collaboration.
Yeah.
Right? Now, the leadership is really vital. The GCC leadership is really vital for driving transformative changes and fostering success within the GCC organization, the region, and globally.
Yes.
Now, strategically positioned, these leaders spearhead initiatives that benefit the organization's growth and contribute to the global organization's leadership, right? They are absolutely highly motivated to excel in their roles. They possess absolutely exceptional leadership qualities and aspire to achieve international career success for themselves, right?
Yes,
Now there are many examples that I had mentioned earlier. They are being driven by those leaders sitting here, and they are absolutely vertically integrated organizations where there are global leaders reporting into those GCC leaders here in India. And many of them, as I mentioned, are driving, for example, one of the clients with whom we work, their GCC lead is also their global digital core transformation lead. And he's driving that entire program from here in India. I mean, another GCC where their global CTO is based out of India and is driving the entire infrastructure and cloud transformation and their entire journey to cloud from here, globally. And that is creating significant value and impact for them globally.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I mean, very, very crucial points that you have created and made regarding the leadership and what role they have played in driving this impact and in driving this journey of transformation that they have undergone. So very, very, very important points that you have shared. And lastly, the last question that I wanted to ask was that you had earlier spoken about co-innovation as well. And, how to drive impact, you need collaborators, you need partners, and you need co-innovators as well. So, to what extent do you think GCCs in India specifically, how are they collaborating with external partners and stakeholders? How they can, and they are able to leverage this collective capability of innovation and how they are able to drive it forward. So, what is that according to you?
No, that's a very good question again, Vandana. I think it's that power comes from collaboration, right? I mean, rather than working and operating in a silo. This aspect that you mentioned about collective innovation, or I mean, we call it at Accenture overall open innovation, right? Which includes various practices and strategies to engage with external stakeholders and tap into the broader pool of ideas and resources, right? It could be through through collaboration, innovation challenges or competitions. There could be an element of ventures and acquisition or mergers and acquisition there. There could be an element of leveraging online platforms, continuous learning, and adaptation. At Accenture, we have this overall innovation architecture, right? Through which we have been building this strong ecosystem of partners across many areas to drive innovation. Now, we have been helping many of our GCC clients also to get access to this innovation network. And there are different nuances to it. I mean, first element is this entire aspect of tech partnerships, right? Now, partnerships with larger players like a Google or Intel, AWS or Qualcomm and the likes, right? The next aspect is this entire collaboration with educational institutions, right? In India, whether it's the IIMs or IITs or the entire industry bodies, like, for example, yours, NASSCOM or iSpirit, or then the aspect of collaborating with accelerators, like whether the Airbus Biz Labs or Zone startups, or there are various Kickstart accelerators. The collaboration with government bodies, again, is extremely important and crucial in these areas, whether it is the state governments or Niti Aayog or the entire Israel Innovation Authority. The collaboration with investors, like say Axel Partners or Sequoia or whatever, right? Now, the angel networks or the likes. We believe that bringing the power of all of this and leveraging your core strength will become extremely key as these GCCs innovate. Let me give you an example, right? For example, this oil and gas majors GCC here in India. Now, they are collaborating with multiple educational institutes like ISC, for example, to promote their research and development in areas of energy and environment, right? Now, this partnership seeks to build on cutting-edge energy and environment-related research, right, which is being carried out at the Interdisciplinary Center of Energy Research at ISC, correct? Now, they have also launched a Net Zero Challenge, for example. Now, this challenge is open to emerging talent at educational institutions, research organizations, or incubators. Now, it is absolutely designed to support the best entrepreneurs by providing them with a real global platform to showcase their initiatives and also develop future fit products at the end of the day.
Got it.
The participants will also, for example, in initiatives like these, get mentoring from global leaders, industry experts, and they can leverage pretty much soft landing and focused marketing access opportunities. There are obviously there are many other examples as well. For example, there is this consumer goods GCC here in India, which is partnering with IIT Kanpur, for example, right? For cutting edge research into material sciences and engineering and reducing their environment impact. GCCs are collaborating significantly with the startups, right? And we are engaging together with them as to if there is a business problem to be solved, there can be a faster, more agile, nimble way that we can together collaborate with a startup to innovate together and be very agile and fail fast and move fast. So a lot of that is happening as well in this entire area.
Got it. And thank you so much, Ankur. Those were really, really insightful points that you had shared about GCCs and how they have been driving innovation, not only, for their organizations, for their parent organizations, but also for others as well. So great talking to you, Ankur, and wonderful insights that we've got. So thank you so much for joining.
Thank you so much, Vandhna, for having me here. And thanks so much for your time.
Take care. Thanks a lot. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.